Hello learners, this is Habiba with Excel with me. If you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe and comment below. Let's start today's class, that is Pedagogy of Social Sciences, with the topic School Curriculum and Resources in Social Sciences. People as resources we were discussing in previous classes also. So many topics we have covered. Today we are going to cover small topics like data from field, textual materials, journals, magazines, newspapers, encyclopedia and dictionaries, how these resources are useful for the learners in schools. So how important these resources are for the school students or learners. Let's start with the introduction. The preparation of teachers to more differentiated teaching, there could be more divergent use of teaching resources. Obviously, the teacher cannot take the same resources all the time. Continuously, they have to understand the learners, what they want, how the teaching can make so interesting for them with lots of resources. In previous classes, we have understood different people we can bring to the school so that they understand about them, what are those professions and things and all, and we can take the students also outside to make them understand different situations and then learn about the things, how they can react to the real life situations. Then student learning can be greatly enriched further by traveling near and far, interaction with people of different cultures, different geographical areas, different occupations, different ways of life, different outlooks. So after passing out from school, the children should have the idea where they want to go for to achieve their goals, which geographical area they are going to live in. All these conditions they should understand. What are the different cultures we have in our country? It's not mandatory that after completing school the children will stay in their own place. They can move around in the country or in the world, whole world, any place they can go. So they should have the knowledge beforehand. That's why the teacher should support the students with knowledge. Worthwhile teaching can be done with advantageous results by persons other than the traditional classroom teachers. So different people. For example, the students want to know about crafts, how these crafts are made. The students should be taken to the place where these craft materials are made so that they will understand the condition of those craft persons and how these crafts are made. They will have thorough idea. Just showing the pictures is not enough. They should have the real life experience also. For example, valuable teaching can be done by peers of different ages and abilities also. Sometimes discussions can also happen with different age groups. Also parents, grandparents and relatives could participate in and contribute productively to the teaching process. So furthermore, teaching can be enhanced by volunteers, retirees, people with various areas of expertise from the worlds of science, business, engineering, medicine, public service, entertainment and others, so that they will have an idea in future what they want to become, in which area they have interest in, which motivates them to work further. Now, what is data from field? Data from field is an essential part of an effective classroom. Whatever the data the students will collect when they go outside in the field, that is, data collection is the process of gathering and measuring information. For example, the students will go to any botanical garden. If the students note down the things which they have seen, then that information will be there in their mind for forever. A field's data type is text. It can store data that consists of either text or numerical characters also. And additional resources for a student. This collection is additional resource. For example, in social sciences, if the students are going to any museum, just seeing them, they will remember little bit. But writing the information and seeing both visual and written work happens, then they will remember things very easily and they will understand what they have seen later on when they read out the things will be in their memory for longer period. So data from field is an essential part of any effective classroom. Place students in small groups and have them work together, or provide small group instruction for students to collect data. Then using data from field empowers students and allows them to take control of their own learning. For example, small kids, if they are going to any zoo, like 4th, 5th class students, ask them to note down what they have seen, how they are, what they are doing, everything, narratives, even different, that is integrated learning can happen. Social sciences together, if they are writing, means English also they are learning, that means any language, whichever the language they want to write in, literary language also they are learning, language plus other subjects also, integrated learning is happening. Then students of all ages can use data, helping them to understand learning as a process of growth over time. Suppose the students are asked to have, the students get one project to write down about the natural resources, differences between human resources, and they will jot down, they will make a table, then they will understand what they are seeing. The data will be helpful for them to understand and for better understanding. Then what is textual materials? Traditionally, textual materials understood to be a piece of written or spoken material in its primary form. Direct, the scriptures which have been written, or Vedas, all the examples of traditional textual materials. The examples of textual materials are textbooks. Obviously, whatever knowledge and information the students will get primarily from the textbooks. And then reference materials. They will search for encyclopedia, dictionaries, atlas, manuscripts, biographies, coins also. These are also they will understand. Then literary works like biographies of some important persons, then fictions, stories, folklore, the drama, stories, etc. Then source material like original scripts, monuments, weapon, etc. When they go for field trips, they will understand all these things, how these are preserved from such a long, since a long time, they will understand. Then the journals, a newspaper or magazine that deals with a particular subject or professional activities, if the students have to know, obviously these will help. A journal is a record that can be used to detail everything from your feelings about a particular situation in your social life to your thoughts on a current event in the political world. Hence, journals serve a range of purposes. The students must have the knowledge, outer world, what's happening, the current situation and all. Then magazines, obviously everybody like to read the magazines. Magazines serve specific functions to society such as surveillance, correlation, entertainment, marketing goods and services. Everything will be covered. The children will like to read those magazines. The purpose of a magazine is to convey as efficiently as possible current information. The teacher must inculcate the habit of reading all these resources, using all these resources. So the contents of these magazines include interviews, general interest articles and various types of features. Even cartoons also children will like. They usually cover a wide range of topics based on research, source comments and generalizations. Then newspapers, obviously daily the students will see in their homes, the newspaper will come, but they will not read. But the teacher should inspire them to read the newspaper so that they will understand what is happening in their area, particularly in the country, in the world. A newspaper is a form of printed media. It is a powerful mode of mass communication. If they are not reading, the teacher should bring the newspaper to this classroom from the library and then ask every day one student will read out what are the main headings, what are happening. In that way they can make them have some interest in reading all those. The habit will be inculcated. Then it contains news articles of opinion, features, advertisements and other information of public interest. This is great source of information. The children must have the habit of. Nowadays in the assemblies they read the main headings also. That is also a good habit. Newspaper articles can provide a useful source of information, serving as a primary source of information about historical and current events, both historical and whatever had happened past and also present also. Then encyclopedia, also spelled encyclopedia, reference work that contains information on all branches of knowledge or that treats a particular branch of knowledge in a comprehensive manner. If the students want to know in detail about any particular subject or particular matter or particular information, they can refer to the encyclopedia. Then students can learn the history of a culture, country or era. Then dictionaries, obviously very important. A dictionary is a book which gives the meaning or uses of words. A book that contains a list of words that are acceptable by major academic disciplines. The aim of a teacher is to help students to learn independently, taking advantage of the many wonderful resources available like dictionary. If they want to know the meaning of the word which they are not understanding, every time they must have one dictionary in the classroom, or they should go to the library to find out different meanings of same word. A fantastic example of these resources is the dictionary. Then let's conclude the topic here. We can make the teaching and learning process more effective and more beneficial by providing a variety of experiences and alternative strategies through resources. Resources in teaching are crucial to the success of student achievement. Effective teaching means that students are able to absorb and understand the resources being presented. That is very important. Effective teachers don't rely just on opening a book and being able to convey the information. They prepare. First, the teachers will prepare, and then to be effective, teachers use contemporary data in science, social studies and news stories to help students see the value of the information they are learning. Now, part of what effective teaching is using resources such as data from field, textual materials, journals, magazines, newspapers, encyclopedia and dictionaries. So, this is very important. Any teacher has to inculcate among the students. So, we come to the end of this class. If you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe and comment below. Thanks for your attention and time. Happy learning.